Harrison Ford's inheritance makes the headlines. In comparison to other nations, America has existed for a very brief period. Despite its relative youth, it's attracted some of the world's most successful multinational firms, as well as some of the world's wealthiest celebrities. America is nearly synonymous with invention, from Facebook to Hilton, Amazon to Ford, and acting dynasties to sports legends. And since they're the best of the best, they've made a handsome profit. It's still popular in America to pass down your fortune, whether to your children, spouse, or beyond. Even if they're not interested in joining the family company, they'll get a sizable portion of the money. This list includes America's wealthiest heirs and heiresses. Some identities may be familiar, while others will remain anonymous, preferring to be wealthy but not famous. Brooke Shields. Net worth $25 million. Wealth inherited from Frank Shields. Brooke Shields is an actress and previously renowned child model. She also modeled as an adult. She was born in Manhattan and continues to live there. Louise Malle's film, Pretty Baby, in which she starred, received high praise for her performance. She kept modeling and participating in more dramas after Pretty Baby for Paramount Pictures. She starred in The Blue Lagoon and Endless Love, two iconic 1980s films that have now become cult classics. She was married to tennis player Andre Agassi for 2 years until their divorce in 1999. She's been married to Chris Hensey for the last 18 years. The couple has 2 children. She is the heir to the riches of Revlon CEO Frank Shields. Arianna Rockefeller. Net worth $2.8 billion. Wealth inherited from Standard Oil. Arianna Rockefeller is a wealthy heir of Standard Oil and a member of the illustrious Rockefeller family. The Rockefellers have been around since the early 1800s when their dad started Standard Oil and gained billions. The family has stayed affluent while simultaneously being very generous. The wealthy family received yet another sizable reward as the result of BP's purchase of Standard Oil. Rockefeller is passionate about fashion and attended Columbia University. She took an internship at the United Nations before deciding to launch her own fashion label. Her label is quite popular, and she's just introduced a handbag line. Rockefeller is a significant supporter of the Humane Society and chaired the New York Botanical Gardens Winter Ball. She resides on Manhattan's Upper East Side with her husband, entrepreneur Matthew Buckland. Kate Hudson. Net worth $80 million. Wealth inherited from Goldie Hawn. Kate Hudson is an Oscar-nominated actress and the daughter of Goldie Hawn. Bill Hudson is her biological father, and Kurt Russell is her stepfather. Hudson first appeared on stage when she was 11 years old. Her performance took place at the Santa Monica Playhouse. She then advanced, making her feature debut in Desert Blue in 1998. Her debut came with Sony's Columbia Pictures film Almost Famous. Her outstanding portrayal of Penny Lane, a band groupie, earned her a Golden Globe and an Oscar nomination. She's also appeared in Fool's Gold, My Best Friend's Girl, and Bride Wars. Fabletics is Hudson's own fashion line. While Kate has amassed a significant income via her performing and business endeavors, she stands to inherit a big fortune when her mother goes away. Goldie was a great actress for decades and is now regarded as a real Hollywood legend. Dakota Johnson. Net worth $14 million. Wealth inherited from Don Johnson. Dakota Johnson is a well-known actress. Her parents are actors Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith. She grew up in Austin, Texas, and now lives in Los Angeles. She also works as a model. She's been working in the film business since 2010. She's best known as Anastasia in the 50 Shades of Grey film trilogy. She earned the People's Choice Award and was nominated for a BAFTA Award for Rising Stars for her part in 50 Shades of Grey. She's also appeared in Suspiria, The Social Network, 21 Jump Street, Wounds, and The Peanut Butter Falcon, which is now available on Amazon Prime. She's generally cast in dramas, but the sky's the limit for this rising star. Dakota has always been well cared for and never short of a buck or two, being the daughter of 2 well-known Hollywood figures. Having said that, she hasn't always agreed with her parents. Melanie raised an eyebrow at her daughter's job selection. Alexander Soros. Net worth $20 billion. Wealth inherited from George Soros, father. Alex Soros is the son of George Soros, a wealthy philanthropist and businessman. He attended NYU in Berkeley, where he earned a PhD in history. He's the vice chair of the Open Society Foundations and has a strong writing career. He's written for Politico, The Guardian, The Forward, and many other publications. Like his father, he's a philanthropist. He's donated to the Jewish Funds for Justice, an American foundation that supports Jewish interests. He also serves on the board of Global Witness, which works against human rights violations committed by multinational corporations in developing nations. He also collaborates with environmental activists, awarding large funds each year to help halt the destruction of the Amazon rainforest and improve the lives and working conditions of local and foreign employees. Anderson Cooper, net worth $110 million, wealth inherited from Gloria Vanderbilt. Anderson Cooper was born in New York City and is linked to the Vanderbilt family. He has one of America's greatest fortunes. He's a prominent journalist, author, and TV personality in his own right. He's the host of Anderson Cooper 360, a well-known CNN news program. He went to Yale University. Previously, he followed in the footsteps of his fashionable mother, Gloria Vanderbilt, and posed for Calvin Klein and Ralph Lauren. He was also a Harper's Bazaar kid model. He began as a fact-checker for Channel 1 before rising through the ranks to his present position on CNN, which is owned by AT&T. Many people are unaware of Anderson Cooper's extensive network due to his surname. Cornelius Vanderbilt was a significant character in the 1800s, and he was the wealthiest man in America for many years as a result of his success in shipping and railways. Amanda Hearst, net worth $100 million, wealth inherited from Hearst Corporation. Amanda Hearst is a New York-born American socialite who is the heiress to the Hearst Corporation. She also works as a model. Friends of Finn, a nonprofit she started, is an important part of her life. Friends of Finn is a group dedicated to preventing and ending puppy mills, which abuse dogs. Hearst works as an assistant marketing editor at Marie Claire. Fordham University was where she earned her education. William Randolph Hearst was her great-grandfather. Her father, who was not of the Hearst family, abandoned her mother before she was born. Hearst is a distant and direct descendant of gold mogul George Hearst, whose brutal business exploits in 1800s America inspired a major narrative of HBO's renowned series Deadwood. Nevertheless, the Hearst fortune may be traced back to these beginnings. Billie Lourd, net worth $25 million, wealth inherited from Carrie Fisher. Billie Lourd is an actress and the daughter of the late Star Wars actress Carrie Fisher, who died in 2016. Brian Lourd, one of Hollywood's most powerful talent brokers, is her father. Because of her ancestry, Lourd is the heir to Carrie Fisher's money and assets. She's also the granddaughter of another Hollywood great, Debbie Reynolds. Lourd presently lives in Beverly Hills and attended New York University. She's been on TV programs including Scream Queens and American Horror Story. She played Lieutenant Connix in Disney's most current Star Wars trilogy, which spanned the years 2015 to 2019. Billie also lost her grandma not long after her mother died. While the tragedy was epic in scope, Lourd inherited a nice fortune. It's not to say she hasn't worked hard in her profession, which contributes to her income. Jake Gyllenhaal, net worth $65 million, wealth inherited from Stephen Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal is the son of legendary Hollywood filmmaker Stephen Gyllenhaal. He is Maggie Gyllenhaal's younger brother. Naomi Foner, his mother, is a screenwriter. He grew up in Los Angeles and went to Columbia University. He began his career as a kid actor, playing in the 1991 film City Slickers. In October Sky, he played Homer Hickam, his first breakout role. He received an Indie Award for his performance as Donnie Darko in the film of the same name. He co-starred in the film with his sister Maggie. He also participated in the critically acclaimed Comcast Focus Features film Brokeback Mountain. Stephen Gyllenhaal made his money directing films such as Family of Spies and Waterland, as well as TV programs such as The Mentalist and Blue Bloods. Jake's career benefited greatly from his industry ties. Carly Simon, net worth $65 million, wealth inherited from Richard L. Simon. Carly Simon is a singer-songwriter as well as a published author of children's books. Her albums made her renowned in the 1970s. She had 13 top 40 singles in the United States. Carly Simon began her career as a member of the duo The Simon Sisters before venturing out on her own. Her debut album, Carly Simon, was a success, and she was awarded a Grammy for it. She's the daughter of Richard Simon, who co-founded Simon & Schuster, which is now owned by Viacom. He was a classical pianist, which piqued his daughter's interest in music. She was also married to James Taylor for a short time. Carly, who was 75 years old, is allegedly worth $65 million. Simon is not only a wonderful singer, but she's also been in a few films throughout her years. She made a memorable appearance in John Travolta's Perfect in 1985. Nikki Hilton. Net worth $20 million. Wealth inherited from Hilton Hotels. Nikki Hilton is a businesswoman, heiress, and fashion designer. She is Paris Hilton's sister and heiress to the Hilton Hotel empire. She was born in New York City and attended the Sacred Heart Convent. She's married to James Rothschild, the Rothschild fortune's heir. Nikki Hilton has also dabbled in modeling. Her clothing design company took off the most. She has a handbag brand named Nikolai, as well as lines for Elux and Samantha Tavasa. Her collections have been shown in New York Fashion Week. She most recently worked at Talani, a luggage business. She came up with the idea for a Mommy and Me capsule. She debuted the collection in 2017 and 2019, with the bags hitting shops in 2018 and soon 2020. Nikki hasn't used her wealth as an excuse to be lazy. Chevy Chase. Net worth $50 million. Wealth inherited from the Crane Company. Chevy Chase was born in Manhattan, is a comedian, writer, and actor. Cornelius Crane is his genuine first and middle name. Edward Tinsley Chase, a Manhattan book editor and magazine writer, was his father. Since her stepfather, Cornelius Vanderbilt, adopted her, her mother was a concert pianist and heir to the Crane Company. Chevy's grandma gave him the moniker Chevy. He was given the moniker the Ballad of Chevy Chase from a medieval English poem. He's most well known for his performance on Comcast's NBC Smash, Saturday Night Live, as well as many comedy films like Caddyshack and Fletch. Chevy Chase is worth roughly $50 million as a result of his family ties and hard work in the 70s and 80s. While he's fallen off the radar and isn't as visible on our screens as he once was, Chevy is still an American legend. Olivia Wilde. Net worth $20 million. Wealth inherited from Andrew Cockburn. Olivia Wilde is a New York City-born actress, heiress, and activist who attended the Gaiety School of Acting in Dublin, Ireland. She also directed Booksmart, which was released at the end of May 2019, May 24th to be precise. Wilde began her career on television. From 2007 through 2012, she starred in Fox's famous medical drama House. She portrayed Dr. Hadley, also known as 13. She's also appeared in films such as Conversations with Other Women, Tron Legacy, Butter, The Incredible Burt Wonderstone, The Lazarus Effect, Rush, and more. While Wilde's film career began in 2005, most of her riches come from her father, journalist Andrew Cockburn, whose million-dollar fortune provided the young actress with a large safety net during her early years in Hollywood. Balthazar Getty. Net worth $200 million. Wealth inherited from Getty Oil. Balthazar Getty, real name Paul Getty, is the heir to the Getty Oil fortune. He also works as a musician and producer. He's a member of the band Ringside and produces songs for The Wow, a rap duet. In his youth, he was also an actor. He starred as Ralph in Lord of the Flies, a cult film about a group of ethically ambiguous youngsters abandoned on an island. He also appeared in Disney's ABC drama Alias as Thomas Grace. But our favorite performance of his is unquestionably his weird auto mechanic in David Lynch's mesmerizing The Lost Highway. Getty was also an adolescent superstar in films such as Natural Born Killers, White Squall, Big City Blues, Ladder 49, and others. He is a generous giver. He's a member of the Lunchbox Fund, which distributes meals to needy African children. Ben Ford. Net worth $5 million. Wealth inherited from Harrison Ford. Ben Ford, the famed actor Harrison Ford's son, is a talented cook and restaurateur. He was born in 1967 and has made a name for himself in the culinary world for his farm-to-table approach and focus on sustainably produced foods. He was the owner of the legendary Ford's Filling Station in Los Angeles until it closed in 2014, and he wrote a cookbook called Taming the Feast, Ben Ford's Field Guide to Adventurous Cooking. When his father, Harrison Ford, dies, Ben will most certainly receive a chunk of Harrison's estimated $300 million net fortune. Ben Ford's inheritance, as a successful guy in his own right, may accelerate his culinary pursuits and establish his position in the world of gourmet dining and sustainable food practices.